Go left, go left. Hello. Yes, honey.
And only bag of lies and everything that you're doing wrong, you're trying to disguise. All the fun is in love, never mind people live. If I'm changing up the one more, I need to get it. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Let's get the work again. People that know it's true. Let's get the work again.
Tonight, 7:30 p.m. WASA, Rowley, you don't lie, the UNC bankrupt WASA, Desalination, goods program, energy sector. You collapse the energy sector, put WASA under pressure. Your mismanagement, you're putting up people who know nothing about WASA is the cause for the water wars. Rowley, stop lying. All them people who trying to defend you, I pity them, you know, because to defend a pathological liar, you end up looking dotish. Joint Select Committee 2 weeks ago and Joint Select Committee 2 days ago. Check the facts, check the information. douglAR politics tonight, 7:30 p.m.
Zero race talk, zero idiotic talk. I deal with facts and information.
douglAR politics. This is douglAR politics, yo. douglAR politics. Listen, douglAR politics, yeah. douglAR politics. This is douglAR politics, yeah. douglAR politics. This is douglAR politics. douglAR politics. This is douglAR politics.
Good evening and welcome to douglAR Politics. Ramadan Mubarak. Happy Navratri and Easter coming. Wow, we really need prayers in Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening. And as we finish here tonight, douglAR Report edition number 12 coming out. One time, read it, share it, information, facts. The mass media is not the country's friend. That's why everything is falling apart, because the mass media is upheld, uplifted, and sanitized Keith Rowley, the worst human being to ever be a prime minister in the Commonwealth. Bar none. Don't get tired. It's not even a joke. It's a fact. So, CPL T20 finals head to Guyana. Well, Guyana beat we in cricket and all. Eve hails TNT's character after keenly fought battle versus Guyana. Jamal Shabazz. Your boy had to give you a clap. You talk a good game. You set a plan. And all right, this time you're out coachery. Angus, you had to come better next time. The man tell you he not going to let you knock out the ball, and you weren't able to knock it out because your center midfielders don't want to demand the ball. But a great draw, great excitement, teams building, Jamaica ahead of all of we, Haiti ahead of we have to catch up. But well done Angus Eve, but Jamal Shabazz, you took the night, we give you that one. You out-coached me, my brother. Angus, we go take him next time. Blessings to the crowd that was there. About 8, 9, 10,000 people. Hope you all enjoyed it. Very good. Hey, and they didn't ban we from the No, they didn't ban we. I didn't go, but they didn't ban we. So, like they thought about it. They thought about it and they said, no, they better understand that Senator Naked and Senator Roberts represent 309,000 plus another 50,000, 359,000 people in this country right now and growing. When we talk about PNM, but I must say, Archie, in the VIP, and by the thing, they fix the lighting in the stadium, they fix the lighting in the bathroom. When we coming up the escalator, we can see where we going. The place look cleaner. So, you know, things improve. douglAR Politics, boy, we fixing things. So the PNM down in Diego Martin, all you fix this now. All you have people living in this kind of thing. Watch the garbage there, Archie. That is cocorite, you know. How can you have, look how many houses, look how many people, look how many children must be in that area. And this is PNM stronghold, you know. Coleman Bottom them say, well, we don't have to campaign. We go get 10,000 votes. People, you must not give anybody, don't give me your vote just so. Let me earn it. Let me earn it, keep it, respect it, so that I could get it again. Once you give somebody a vote, carte blanche, this is what they do here. They make you live in filth and garbage. That could never be right. Well, as we talking garbage, and there was some grounds in a mess. douglAR Politics, we real fixing thing, you know. Overshiat. Let me hear which ground. Let me throw it up. Let me hear where that was. Vashi and she team, yes,
so
they went and they showed the ground.
The northeast zone, basically to highlight the fact that these grounds have not been prepared for the upcoming cricket season. So this is the first ground that we are actually touring, and well, you can get an idea of what the situation is like. It's pretty overgrown. Tractor marks, there are puddles. A resident was complaining a short while ago. Right.
That well, show that it fixed now between Urvashi and this is our next one, so we need this one to fix too. But between Urvashi and douglAR Politics, Archie, look, oh PNM, Urvashi, well done, and douglAR Politics, we will highlight it. And you see how things fix. WASA, they fix the leak down in Diego Martin by the trucks. We go fix the country one by one through the UNC and douglAR Politics, all right? Now, I'm very sad. I'm fed up of these things. I'm fed up. But I have to tell you all again. Cover boy drowns at grandparents' table and home. A 7-year-old Cover boy is believed to have drowned at the back of his grandparents' home in Tableland. Isaiah Josiah was declared dead on Tuesday after being fished out of the family's swimming pool. A swimming pool If you're too irresponsible to have a swimming pool, do not put a swimming pool in your yard. My daughter could swim since she's 11 months old. I just take her to the beach, Maracas, she goes in with me. My eye is always on her, even though she could swim proficiently. If you're in a pool, my eyes on her. A pool is not a joke. Even if your child can swim, and all children under the age of 8, it should be mandatory. That's where the UNC was going. That's why we built the aquatic center, and we're going to build at least 30 more 25-meter pools across Trinidad and Tobago, so that we could make swimming compulsory. You don't have to be a George Powell, but you have to be able to take care of yourself. We have rivers, we have down the islands, we have water, we have pool, we have water park. Too many times it's too sad to see lives wasted like this. When you have a pool, if you are not capable or able to put your undivided attention on children when they're in the pool, block off the pool and lock it off. Right? If you even have to empty it, empty it. It is not a joke. What is wrong with us? A child could drown in a bucket of water. A 2-year-old could flip over in a bucket of water and drown. These things, we are being irresponsible. I am sick of this. And then comes the Jalen Rupnarine, her friend, they went down the islands. He dived off the boat into shallow water, crack his skull, break his neck, break his back, and in a coma, fighting for his life. What all you diving, all you George Bovell, all you learn to dive, all you went to the aquatic center, anybody taught you to dive? Do not dive into water that you do not know. In fact, if you cannot dive, don't dive. Jump in foot first. These things are basic, man. Basic. What are you doing diving head first into something? You take a measuring tape. You know how deep it is. You know if it's a rock under there. You know if it's a big log under there. What you're diving with your God-given brain skull into something for. I'm very sorry. I mean, our prayers, the information not good. It sounds like he brain dead and so on. My prayers hope to the family. I'm not talking about him alone. We showed a video about 3 months ago when rain falling in some dirty water in a river. Fellas jump up on the bridge and diving in to a river flowing fast. River with big wood coming down, fridge coming down, big stone could be coming down. You ain't know how deep and you diving head first. Come on, man, Trinidad and Tobago, man. These things are unnecessary. There's so much waste to dead in Trinidad and Tobago already. All you're going to look for more waste? Winford James, my brother. Unfortunately, recently we've been agreeing on a lot of issues and so on. But on this one, sir, I am very sorry. You lost your douglAR partner. Winford James sees no conflict of interest in Studley Park board position. Political analyst Dr. Winford James has said there is no conflict of interest in his appointment as a deputy chairman of the board appointed recently to oversee the operations at the Studley Park Quarry in Tobago. And the fact that his brother is the Tobago House of Assembly secretary in charge of quarries. Winford James, come on. Your brother is in charge of quarries and puts his beloved brother to manage or to oversee the most lucrative quarry in Tobago. Quarry, brother, love, relationship, closeness, affection, conflict of interest. Go on another board. You see, this is the point. When Kamla Prasad Bisesa was Prime Minister, and even then in cabinet, I disagreed with the Honorable Prime Minister, and I am telling you that I did, but she said that she is going for transparency, accountability, and she wants to lift the bar. Kamla Prasad Bisesa said to all cabinet ministers, your family, your wives, your family, your brothers and so on will not serve on any board. Any. I said, but Prime Minister, If I have a brother who's intelligent and brilliant, I understand that he can't serve on my board, the sport company board, or anything under my portfolio. But surely he could go on Stephen Cady's board, or transport board, or public utilities board, or agriculture board, something that is not connected. Kamla Prasad Bisasa said, Minister, I hear you, but we need in this country to have more, let the people have more confidence in government. So no family members on any board. I then said, well, Prime Minister, so what you're saying is that our family members could never serve their country. Because the PNM ain't go put my brother on a board, or any of my sister, anybody on a board, or put my wife on a board, or my girlfriend on a board. The PNM go never do that. Kamla Prasad Bisasa said, we are lifting the bar to transparency, accountability, and good governance. And yet you people allow Keith Rowley and the PNM media to say Kamla corrupt UNC thief. So Dr. Winford James, with all due respect, of course I believe that you should serve Tobago. You're very intelligent, brilliant, and you're a man of character. We could disagree on policy, we could disagree on your opinions on certain things, or we can agree. However, if your brother is the secretary in charge of quarries, you cannot serve on a quarry board. Okay, so come off that one and go on another board. Go on an economic development board. Go on a strategy board. Go on a board to promote tourism in Tobago. Go on a land development board. Go somewhere else that your brother is not in control. That is a conflict of interest there, sir. So I disagree with you there. Newsday, all you do, give up, boy. Archie, you remember a long time ago when Minister LeHunt at that time swear in twice, and the Newsday came out with what I had never seen before, a big PR piece with LeHunt pose off with a brilliant picture and so on, way back in 2017. And I came on douglAR Politics and I said, but what is this madness? What is this Newsday? Who is this? Why are they promoting this gentleman at that time, Minister LeHunt? Like Newsday come to advertise for LeHunt. I remember that. But Newsday don't give up, boy. Watch this. LeHunt, not one page, 3 pages of LeHunt talking and bigging him up. Man fail as a minister of public utilities. We ain't get no water. He ain't fix no leaks. Leaks went up under him, and it's still up under the minister man. But Newsday take 3 pages in their business day to promote Minister LeHunt. That's what journalism is. How come you don't do that for other people? How come you didn't do that when Ganga Singh had 74% 24/7 supply of water to the population? How come you didn't put a picture with Ganga Singh and Kamla, Ganga like this and Kamla like this? Water, plenty water, turn on your tap 24/7. Newsday, Judy Raymond, PNM, y'all are sickening. It is not right. It is not right to be so biased yet claim independence. Being biased and not owning it, not stating your political position, is corrupt to the hilt. But do you know what the PNM ministers do? This is fantastic. Trade Ministry says food price hikes coming soon. So Paula Gopi School, the Minister of Trade and Industry says, all your brace, food price hikes coming. So their job is not to provide solutions, to provide buffers, to provide safety nets, to anticipate shocks and prepare our country to keep our citizens comfortable, or as comfortable as possible. So their job as minister is just to report. So food price hike coming. All your food price hike coming. That is my job. Give me my pay. Draws my pay. My job is not to produce any solutions. Remember when Ethelbert Hines went to the parliament about 10 days ago? And he said, this is the crime, and this happening, and that happening, and gangs here, and that there, and fraud so, and this so. He just make a full report of all the crimes that are going on. So his job was not to solve those crimes. It's just to come and report to you. So the PNM ministers is now reporters. Them is just report problem. Them don't find no solution. They ain't get no creative solution, no cabinet note, nothing. Them is just reporters. Interesting, eh? So imagine if your child having problems with math and you go and you search out a math teacher and you get ready to, and you pay them the money because you know your child, you tell them, hey, my child needs some help, and the teacher goes through, take your money, and then come and tell you, you know what? Your child does not understand the math concepts, and you pay $600. So the teacher just report to you what you already know. Would that be acceptable? I'm just trying here to get you all to understand what these PNM ministers do. All they do is tell you the problem, and the problems always are exacerbated under their watch. And all they do is come down and tell you, but the problem big, boy. Oh, gosh, it get bigger. Look at this big problem it come in. No solution whatsoever. Elections have consequences. Imagine you have a gardener. Your place overgrow, rain come, what, bush, grass, vine, all kind of thing. Tree need thing, palm leaf fall down. And the gardener come, he look around, he survey. You pay him a 300 and he say, hey boy, your place really untidy. He ain't fix it, you know. He ain't do nothing. And he gone with your 300. That would be okay. But that's okay with these PNM ministers. That's what they are doing and that's what they are telling you. If you're a chiropractor, you go by a chiropractor, my neck, I sleep bad, I can't move. But chiropractor examine you. After an hour, you pay the chiropractor $800. And then the chiropractor tell you on the way out, yeah boy, your neck really hurting. That's good. Money, you get value for money. That's what these PNM ministers tell you. Oh, the roads are bad. But usually Minister of Works and Transport, the roads bad. Landslip, pothole, no solution. Minister of Trade, well, the importation costs going up, it's going to lead to inflation across the board. Just report problems, eh? A mechanic tell you, you carry your car by the mechanic, can't start. The mechanic look at the car, go through, you pay him $600. He say, yeah boy, Johnny, your car can't start, you know. That is it. That's what you all have the PNM doing. And you still go on deep. The cabinet, the government is there to provide solutions to ease your burden, not just to tell you, brace for the pain. Here the next one, Paula Gopi School, like a star into the girl. Gopi School, 32 million to train 300 youngsters. 32 million to train 300 youngsters. Let's read what that is. Government has committed 32 million to train 300 youngsters in tech vocational skills to boost the local non-energy sector. This was confirmed by Trade and Industry Minister Paula Gopi School. Okay. So the PNM cuts gate from 2014, $726 million annually, including under Kamala where it included tech voc. They cut that down to 320 million. They cut that down by 400 million. Of how many million of that was for technical vocational? The PNM over the last 6.5 years closed down 4 NESC centers and 11 MIC centers. That is tech voc. The PNM cut funding to UTT and COSTAT and all the programs across the board. They closed down THTI. They want to close down the nursing school. And now they come to tell you, well, we cut 400 million by 6, right? That's $2.4 billion from training for your youth, your children, them. And we're now going to replace $2.4 billion with 30 million. Paula, thanks, girl. Thanks. It's like I buy a 10-piece of Royal Castle wings and thing. I eat out all 10 wings, and then I see some skin in the bucket. I say, hey, Johnny, look at a little skin. Eat the piece of skin. Is skin you're giving people? Fried chicken skin? Paula Gopi School, you serious? And you say that with a straight face? Elections have consequences. Here the next one, Stuart Young. I want you all to hold your breath for this, Trinidad and Tobago's energy has a bright future, says Stuart Smallpin Young, the man who single-handedly negotiated as boasted by his Prime Minister Keith Christopher Rowley in a conversation with the Duns way back in 2018, where he said it was this one who was negotiating the gas price, and he and Rowley went up there and concluded the negotiations in Houston. The profits of those companies who outsmart this Duns went up 67%, and we went down 67%, because it's a zero-sum game. When you get Boboli, you really beat Boboli. So those upstreamers beat up this dum-dum, and then all chaos was unleashed on the energy sector. Point Lisa shut down, and they have spin-off and run-off and knock-on effects down to WASA and all, because the energy sector shut down. So WASA stopped getting money for water, desalinated water, because them shut it down because of the poor negotiation. He then put a board in place, and with the good Loquan fella, waste 233 million on Atlantic, when Shell and them say, no, we ain't going through with that. That dead. Them pump your money and waste it, and then say the board wanted indemnity. The two whistleblowers from the board were fired by him and Rowley. Alam and Balkisoon were fired. Whistleblowers who tried to protect the taxpayers' money fired by this clown. But the energy sector bright? I wonder if the future is bright for the 4 divers left by his Paria company that he in charge, he overseeing, the Minister of Energy, left to die and to suffer for 39 hours. Their future bright or them dead? Y'all serious? Trinidad and Tobago, who in energy so long, since 1908. This is what y'all find. This failed attorney, this clown, either Bush lawyer and BT, right? Y'all find that to run our energy sector, and he come to tell you it's bright. Just like Coleman but tell all in 2017, the energy sector is booming, Madam Speaker. Vote, man. Race. CPO, look at the Guardian. CPO starts wage talks. Right? Now the CPO start wage talks in 2022. They ain't talk no wage talk 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And they start wage talks. And call me, but them say 0, 0, 0. Nothing for all you. You know what the Guardian print? I want you all to think. Didn't that story have no positives in it at all? Just pressure for labor. The Prime Minister calls labor dotish. More shutdowns in labor across the board. The OWTU shredded. Petrotrin shutdown going on 4 years. Tutor not consulted with the education, future of the education program and so on. Do you think that the Guardian could find some positive in that to help these clowns, these PNM? I bet you the Guardian could. Because the Guardian, the parent group, Answer McCall, their profits increased 89%. So they're happy with these clowns. I'm happy for them. But the other 99% of we ain't happy. And we will have to vote this out because elections have consequences. Check Guardian. And don't say Anil lie, A ray of hope for 90,000 public work officers. A ray of hope, Guardian, really? 0, 0, 0. They start to discuss negotiations with a Dwayne, whose Prime Minister say labor is dotish. That's a ray of hope. Look, well, Sinanan, proud of the decline in road traffic deaths. Minister of Works and Transport, Rohan Sinanan, is boasting of significant and positive strides in road safety, as police report a decline in fatal road traffic accidents. Next headline, boy in fatal crash unaware of mother's death. Last week, Mitra Ramasa attended his father's funeral, and now he is mourning his wife, who was killed in an accident on Wednesday, which left him and his son hospitalized. The Guardian, which is the guardian of Rowley's K-Pax and the PNM, here the Guardian, because road safety has reared its ugly head in the last few months, that people are dying all over the place, accident after accident, army man, mother, woman on the side of the road, all kind of thing. But Rohan Sinaran say he proud, the road and them safe. Here the Guardian, and the Guardian cannot be accused of being UNC. On Tuesday, at a road safety awards ceremony hosted by Arrive Alive, the nation was updated on progress in achieving a 50% reduction in road deaths and injuries during the period. TNT seems to be on track with a goal, as an Assistant Commissioner of Police says. But Sarika Ramasa, 42-year-old wife and mother, was killed when an out-of-control six-wheeler ton truck plowed into the parked vehicle which she was seated in. The family's Hyundai Tucson was parked on the shoulder. Every life lost in a traffic accident is a serious thing. We need to take more serious results, get more results on the road. Rohan's proud. But, Rohan, this lady died. You are so proud of all the work you have done. It's not anything but your brilliance. But watch this video, Rohan. A passerby, an observer, a citizen realized that this truck was dangerous days before it killed the woman. Run it, Archie.
Some might say as a prophet, some might say as a Obeah man. This video was posted on March 21st, license plate TDG 5360, March 30th, TDG 5360.
Hey, Rohan, if you are managing the road so well, how was that Klong truck picked up and then later on, days after, doing the same thing, kill a woman and lose control? Brilliant. You're doing well. And when you see, I don't know if we have it, Archie. Yes, we have it. Look at you, Rohan. Everything A-okay. The road safe, and run it, Archie. Yes, take your time. Watch it coming. Watch it coming. Watch it coming. Oh my goodness. Yes, man. That real safe. Safe like Selassie briefcase. And they had another one in the night time. My goodness. Grace, well, watch this one. Rohan, road safe, man. You proud of all of this. Watch this. Yes. And look, police right there, no? All you keep watching. Keep watching. Badang! Road safe, man. Road safe, Rohan. Yeah? You proud. It's everything safe. Yeah, man. Good job, Rohan, boy. You just talk it. Right? #1 in the world. Yeah, or you just say anything. Facts don't matter in this country. A speeding epidemic among trucks, says Gregory Aboud, Port of Spain. More preventable sadness has caused me to write. We as a nation seem to be flirting with greater and greater danger by our failure to control obvious violations of simple safety practices. I could easily write again about the tragic death of a 7-year-old boy who drowned. We are, after all, an island surrounded by water, and then he goes on. The increasing number of heavy commercial vehicles in which are speeding our nation's highways is a grave threat to public safety. The unspeakable grief for those left behind could easily be avoided and lives could be saved. So while Rohan Sinanan is patting himself on the back, Gregory Aboud says, no. What is being done? The situation is grave. It's deadly. Speeding epidemic. The videos I showed you, speeding epidemic. Then even the Express says, Rohan boy, You really talk nonsense because even your newspapers and them can't agree with you. You so lie. Saturday Express editorial. If Works and Transport Minister Rohan Sinanan were listening, he would have heard the nation's collective response following his announcement that his ministry was conducting an internal road assessment and developing a comprehensive national transformation master plan to synchronize all its transportation efforts. If there is a case of deja vu, this must surely be it. In addition to the fact that it has taken Minister Sinanan just over 6 years to initiate this plan, notwithstanding the dire state in which the country's road system has been for years, he is reinventing the wheel with no reference to the substantial work that has already been done. 6.5 years, you do nothing. PNM does nothing. They now come in and tendering out for a master plan for sports tourism and then talking about the economy not falling apart. Editorial. Still with Rohan. Seamless inter-island travel needed. The announcement by Caribbean Airlines that it will increase its domestic flights for Easter underlines the need for a reconsideration of inter-island travel measures as well as the country's overall infrastructure plan. Those hoping for a bumper Easter season for tourism in Tobago will no doubt be heartened by CAL's decision, which is aimed to take advantage of the boost that may ensue given next Monday's lifting of restrictions. But while commercial imperatives within the airline industry regularly influence the scheduling of flights, our infrastructure system needs to be responsive to more than seasonal factors. We agree completely with Tobago Business Chamber President Martin George, who has called for a 24-hour service linking the islands. You agree with that now, Newsday? So in 2014 Newsday, when Stephen Cadiz under Kamala Prasad Bisesa opened up flights to 20 hours per day, and there was a seamless sea bridge where during the period of the July-August holidays, over 652,000 Trinidadians went across to Tobago and spent an average of 5 days. You all weren't impressed by that? And when the PNM comes in and cats prattle and shuts down, collapses the sea bridge, sends home the Galicia who won 2 tenders and tries to tell you and lie in the parliament that the management of the Galicia held the country to ransom, when AV Oil won a bid without a vessel. Y'all didn't realize that? Y'all didn't say, but this is critical. The sea bridge is so critical. When Rowley collapsed the economy of Tobago and had people, goods going on a barge, when the bridgeman's ocean stem was coming and Rohan Sinanan say it in Panama waiting to line up to come through and so on, and we see it listing there at 0 miles per hour in Palo Alto. You remember that at Nuevo Punto in Panama? And the ocean stem never reached, well, it was the ocean flower, I call it the ocean stem. It never reached until about 2 months later, and it come through down the islands and kill all the mosquito, only black smoke polluting. And then Rowley, they approved the Cobo Star still running up to $200 million. And Rowley himself, the Prime Minister, said that that was crooked money, that was a crooked deal. But you know something? You know who approved the crooked money? Not Rohan, the very Rowley on the phone with Smallpin when he was in Tobago. He approved the Charter Party agreement without reading a piece of paper. But you all said that's okay. That's Rowley. That's the PNM. That's good corporate governance. That's good practice. That's value for money. That's transparency. That's accountability. It's Rowley. That's what you all said Newsday. Now you come in to talk about we need the sea bridge to be flawless. Go back and research under Kamala Prasad Bisesa what was going on with Tobago and ease of travel between Trinidad and Tobago. When Rowley collapsed the whole thing and they sent home the Canadians, and then a PNM man, Ferdy Ferreira, who sit on a board, took away the contract from the Canadians and give it to his Sarabai, his son-in-law, Magellan, and then the Express and the Spirit started to collapse. And Ferdy Ferreira have the audacity with the old self to be talking about corruption in the UNC. And Ferdy Ferreira, you in the PNM since corruption born. You big clown. He sit on a board and approve, and he boasts in the Joint Select Committee, I am the one who got rid of those Canadians. And then this one say, is the UNC. Ferdy Ferreira is not a UNC boy. He's your board, your chairman, your board, on your board of the port. And he persecuted the case and got rid of the Canadians. And then the bacchanal on the sea bridge started because the PNM awarded Ferdy Ferreira, Sarabai son-in-law, the contract, but he talking about corruption. I didn't hear Newsday. Newsday, you weren't really talking this. All of a sudden, a seamless inter-island ferry service is needed. But when the nearly was cut off by Rowley and his incapacity to handle situations and his greed to create an emergency to then go and procure without procurement, all you stayed quiet Newsday. Now you're talking. People go back and check. Under Kamala Prasad, Sessa, you could have gone in and out of Tobago easily, smoothly, with goods, services, plane, anything. That was the norm. The PNM came and cut down all the flights. So don't get confused. You must read. You must check with this nonsense media we have. When we're talking about read and check, well, boy, WASA. Well, we had 2 Joint Select Committee meetings in the last 17 days to deal with WASA, Joint Select Committee on Infrastructure and Development. Well, boy, they send CEO, acting CEO Shepherd, and all the people there is acting this, acting that, acting. So the PNM control everybody, because if you don't act right, PNM does bust your throat, because you have no security of tenure. But they then bring in the star boy, they bring in the cricket batsman, the chairman Nanga. He didn't come in the first one, but he come and take over to try and shimmy them in the second one to save the PNM from the embarrassment that they are. And Senator De Freitas of the PNM, shame on you, boy. You get catch and you're playing the fool and you're interrupting. You cannot even follow the rules set by the honorable chairman of the Joint Select Committee. But let me deal with this one by one. Archie, in the first Joint Select Committee, you must understand. Let me give you some little background information. Keith Christopher Rowley, in his normal blame Kamala, tried to blame the United National Congress for WASA's woes. Not PNM incompetence, not Rowley's incompetence, not his appointment of incompetent ministers, of which this one is the worst, and he boasted that he found somebody who had no understanding of WASA whatsoever, and the man himself admitted he didn't even know if you have bus pipe, that pressure wouldn't build up to push water up the hill. He now learned that, but he in charge of your water, and then you're all wondering why only 16% of y'all got a 24/7 supply. In February, well, Rowley said it's Desalcott, UNC Desalcott, that expensive desalinated water that is shattering the WASA, and WASA cannot pay its bills and so on. But we say, but wait, when the UNC in 1999 came up with the concept of desalinated water and tendered out, and 54 companies tendered and 3 were selected to compete, and Desalcott won. That was for water to be used in the energy sector, Point Lisas. Not to come into our taps, not into the commercial grid, but it was the PNM after Ralph, Romeo, and Ramesh crushed the UNC government. It was the PNM who decided to change the policy from lucrative energy sector water, where WASA would make a profit of $5.25 per cubic meter. The PNM said, put some of that there, put it in we pipes. So the deficit started then. But then, in 2010, January 19th, there was a huge change in policy. And at first, the PNM and them, Shepherd and them at WASA, they didn't know about that January 19, 2010 contract, when the PNM cabinet in December 2009 agreed to increase the amount of water that Desalcott was providing to WASA in a take or pay fashion, which means once they produce it, you have to take it and you have to pay for it. You have no choice. Whether you use it, you ain't use it, you dance in it, you play DJ with it, you use it for soca fete, you have to take it. The PNM signed that, increasing from 24 million gallons per day to 60 million gallons per day. PNM. But all at last Joint Select Committee, like the PNM didn't know that. I actually run it.
Dated January 19, 2010, where the government then contracted with Desalcott to increase their daily production from 24 MIGD to 60 MIGD. Are you saying that you are totally unaware of this contract signed on January 19, 2010?
Yeah, Mr. Shepherd.
Yes, member, through the chair. Yes, we are unaware of that document at this present time, but we will seek the information requested and will be forwarded to the committee as requested.
Mr. Shepherd, with all due respect, sir, you are the CEO of WASA. I have nothing to do with WASA. I don't even get water from WASA except in a truck. And I am telling you that that is the position signed by the government of Trinidad and Tobago in a critical area of desalination water, and that the and you came to the 2014 conclusion of 40 MIGD per day, and you did not know that that was a negotiation between Desalcott and the government then under Kamala Prasad Bisesa negotiated down from 60 MIGD per day that Desalcott had a signed, sealed, and delivered contract signed by Warren Sultan Khan and signed by the then CEO and witnessed by Mr. Claude Denbo, the lawyer for WASA, on January 19, 2010. You are telling me that you are totally unaware that Desalcott, even though they had a contract, because of their negotiation and willingness to work with the government, they agreed to reduce their production from 60 million gallons per day down to the 40 that you are aware of. You did not know that that went through a 2-year arbitration and it was negotiated and agreed upon. Is that your position here today, sir?
Is that, you put back up the mic there? Is that your position? Well, let's flash forward 2 weeks now. Come in, WASA, come in.
Yes, sir, Mr. Corporate Secretary. I'm speaking about the original contract. I know it was renegotiated between 2012 and then re-signed on 2014. What was the end date of that original contract signed on January 19, 2010, please?
This is the supplemental of January 2010. Was for a period of 25 years with the commencement of the delivery of 60 million gallons of water. MIGD, 60 MIGD, 25 years thereafter.
Thank you, sir. And was this a take-or-pay contract signed on January 19, 2010?
Here, through you, the original contract with Desalcott, which we call the Water Sale Agreement, signed on the 5th of August, 1999. This original contract had the take-or-pay provisions in it. The subsequent agreements, which was the supplemental in 2010, and the amended agreement in 2012, would carry on with that provision for the take-or-pay.
Thank you, sir. And the original contract in 1999 and then amended 2002 was for 24 million gallons per day. and was the 2010 January 19 contract for 60 million gallons per day?
The contract was structured along this basis. One, the production of 40 MIGD within 3 months of signing the agreement, that is April 2010, and thereafter 60 MIGD within a period of December, obtaining its finances and so on, those things being put in order.
Thank you, sir. Through you, Chairman. And then when this was arbitrated and negotiated in 2014 and signed, what did the amount, was it reduced from that maximum 60 million gallons per day down to 40 million gallons per day, please?
Volume of water contracted for in the amended water sale agreement of November 2012 was for 40 MIGD.
Is 40 MIGD less than 60 MIGD, please, sir, through the chairman?
It is a number, please, sir.
So, and that contract stated increased to 40 million within 3 months, which would have put it to April or May 2010, and then a further increase to 60 MIGD per day. Is that not correct?
Over a period of 2 years, yes.
Thank you. And then it was negotiated through WASA and Desalination to settle on 40 MIGD and to remove that maximum of 60 MIGD.
Yes, it was.
I hope you'll pay very close attention, because Keith Rowley is a liar, you see? He lies. His incompetence, he covers it up, and the truth came out. But do you think the media will tell you and show you and link to all this discussion came up because of Keith Christopher Rowley's lies that the UNC and the Desalination broke WASA. WASA broke because of PNM incompetence, PNM corruption, PNM party groups utilizing WASA as a safe haven for all the clowns to get salary. The truth came out there, so share the truth. We also heard Rowley say, he lied and said that the Desalination is raping this country at $1.80 US per cubic meter. He said that out. Press conference. Really? But do you know that the truth is Desalination is $1 US per cubic meter and not $1.80 like what Rowley said? Would you believe that? That Rowley lie again? Run it, Archie.
Chairman, on the cost, just to flow, because you'll be going off the Desalination. Just on cost, please, Chairman. Can I ask Mr. Shepherd, what is the cost per cubic meter of water produced by Desalination and purchased by WASA from Desalination? What is the cost per cubic meter?
Mr. Shepherd?
Yeah, we have a figure of $1 per cubic meter. We have US per cubic meter. We have that information. But
that's what I answered. Thank you. And a follow-up question. So it's $1 US per cubic meter, and it's not $1.80 US per cubic meter. So I'm just clarifying that figure.
So we clarify that figure. And then, is there a part B to that, or we going to the third one, Archie? We going to the 7 C's foreign? We going to the third one? Right. We going, yeah, but I mean, all right. There's also an issue that I brought up about 7 C's, a foreign company. Okay? Archie, I confusing you. You have a next video to go with that one? Right, play that one and then we go in 7 C's. Run it.
Chairman or CEO, through you, Chairman, the water sale price at the Desalination, can we confirm that it is $1 US per cubic meter and not $1.80 US as stated somewhere else?
Yes, that is correct. It is $1.
So that is correct. The other place it was stated was Rowley, the Prime Minister, the liar. Okay, so we just confirmed that. Then there was something else. There was Seven Seas, right? Seven Seas is a foreign company. And back 2 weeks ago, I said, but Shepard, Mr. Acting PNM CEO of WASA, if I was to tell you that Seven Seas charging WASA $1.69 US per cubic meter, 69 US cents more than the Salcott, what say you? The man wasn't sure, he didn't know, and he threw out a figure, he lied and bought $1.39. Well, let's hear that, and then we'll come back and hear the truth. Go back 2 weeks, Archie.
Is there another supplier of desalinated water to WASA in Trinidad and Tobago?
Yes, we have the 7 Seas water treatment plant in Point Fortin, producing 5.6 million gallons of water.
Is that a foreign or local company?
It is a foreign company.
What rate does WASA pay per cubic meter of water to 7 Seas, please, sir?
The last rate we have is $1.39 US per cubic meter. But
Is $1.39 US per cubic meter higher than $1 flat per cubic meter?
I would think so.
And if I were to tell you that I have the rate at 1.65 now per cubic meter from 7 Seas, would that be factual or not so?
Well, I will have to confirm that figure before I say it's factual.
Well, let we flash forward 2 weeks now and see what happened with this 7 Seas foreign company now when Rowley attacking the Salcott and lying. Let we check it out. Run it, Archie.
And sir, Chairman, through you, is it true that 7 Seas, the foreign company which also provides WASA with desalination water, that the actual price that WASA pays to 7 Seas is, as I stated last time, 1.67 US per cubic meter, and up now, that was in 2017, and now it stands at 1.8157 US per cubic meter from 7 Seas per cubic meter.
Yes, that is correct.
So through you, Chairman, and to the Chairman, and this is directed to the acting CEO, would you like to correct the record when you previously stated that 7 Seas paid 1.39 US per cubic meter, as this figure does not appear in any of WASA's records at any point in time?
And yes, it is that figure, which is stated by here.
Elections have consequences. It ain't done there yet. And they bring back Nanga, the lawyer, to play he debating and trying to obfuscate here. 7 Seas, foreign company. Let we go back and see. But wait, Rowley said the Salcott mashing up WASA UNC. But what if I tell you that the Salcott does pay for all their electricity? Up to 5.2 million, 5.6 million per month. Them does pay for electricity. But the foreign company 7 Seas that signed contract under the PNM, them don't pay for no electricity up to 3.783 kilowatt joules per watt meter cube. What if I told you all that? Y'all don't believe me? Run it, Archie.
And a final question to the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Public Utilities. Does the Salcott pay for their electricity usage per month? And secondly, does 7 Seas, the foreign company, get a rebate from TNTech and pay no money to TNTech for the electricity that they use in their process?
Member, if you would allow me, I prefer to provide that in writing.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I guess I'll do a lot of reading in 2 weeks. Thank you, sir.
Well, let's see if I did some reading in 2 weeks. Archie, go forward 2 weeks. Run it.
We saw that Desalination pays 5.2 million TT dollars per month for electricity, whereas 7 Seas, the foreign company, does not pay 1 cent for electricity to the government of Trinidad and Tobago, up to a maximum level of 3.83 kilowatts per hour. Is this true?
Member Roberts, in terms of the response you had given to the committee, yes. In writing, Member Roberts says yes.
Okay, so I am referring to that response now and say to the member that pursuant to Section 6.5 of the Water Sale Agreement between WASA and 7 Seas, WASA has an obligation to provide electrical connections, disconnect switches, infrastructure for electricity, as well as to provide electrical power to enable the system to operate. So it is based on this element of the water sale agreement that the electricity charges incurred are footed by the Water and Sewage Authority.
If we take it from a WASA position, Chairman, and through you, Chairman, if there are economies of scale and Desalination is providing a larger quantity of desalinated water, shouldn't it be the reverse position that Desalination, based on its volume, should receive lower costs as opposed to 7 Seas, who's a smaller volume?
When you say lower costs,
well, lower cost for electricity, because Desalination pays 5.2 million per month for electricity and 7 Seas pays 0.
So WASA paying 7 Seas electricity bill and Desalination paying their own bill, but Rowley come to blame Desalination and the UNC? Are you really serious? But then it wasn't done there. We were talking about road repairs and so on. Archie, let the people watch what really going on. Next one. You don't have that one? Tell me what you have. Play what you have. Let me go bounce it back after. That is all he finished there? Well, let me also say, I ain't know I'm with Vishnu like he'll get lazy. There was also something on, and y'all could go and check the whole tape, the 40 minutes on douglAR politics to see all the lies. They talk about road repair and the leaks that they're going to build. They had 3,160 leaks and they're going to fix all. And they can't stop that. They're going to, in 3 months' time. I sure you have that. Vishnu would have never leave out that. Look and see. Red plate, man. I know Vishnu wouldn't do that. Run it. It coming. Not like your water. Your water not coming under the PNM.
That's logical. But let's say that 50% of them impact the roadway in some form or fashion, whether partially or wholly under the roads, because most of our infrastructure is very near the roadways. Please tell this committee what has been your increased allocation for this great aspirational project that is to be undertaken in the next 3 months. Where is the money coming from? Where is it? Has it been allocated? And if so, how much, please?
yes, we have a $16 million allocation for road restoration.
So that's the normal budgeted allocation, and over the last 4 years that has not been able to do the job. This project that you have stated here today is a brilliant one. It's an exceptional one, and it requires exceptional resources. Are you saying that there is no extra allocation for this project over the next 3 months, and you are going to attempt to do it with the minuscule amount budgeted last year, October, for road repairs, 16 million.
They have also asked for a further allocation of $13 million towards this program.
You've asked for it. When is it going to cabinet? Has cabinet approved it? How long is the cabinet process? Is it going to FNGP? When will the cabinet confirm it? And how long would that allocation take to get out from the Ministry of Finance to WASA so they can spend the money and pay the contractors?
That is something that is not within our knowledge. That will depend on a cabinet decision. But as the Director of Operations have also indicated, we are working in conjunction with the regional corporations and the Ministry of Works in order to assist us with achieving this part of our project.
So, Chairman Nanga, if I was to put it to you that a project in concept without the allocation really doesn't augur well to the completion, successful completion, will I be harsh to make that statement?
In the past, yes. Today, no, because we have had 100% support from our line minister, who is very supportive of all the initiatives that we are embarking upon, and he has given us the assurance of his continued assistance that will be provided in order to meet our mandate.
So on July 2nd, I will be able to ask you or call you as the chairman of WASA for you to report to me that the old leaks, the 3,160, have effectively been plugged because your allocation was increased. Yes, I will call you, sir. I will find your number and I will call you. God bless. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Same to you, member.
People, so my people, they come and they talk on Hansard Joint Select Committee. We're going to plug. I don't know what is all leaks, because leak is leak, that leaking. Leaking is present leaks, but 3,160 from 2 weeks ago. Them say by July 1st, Nanga, the chairman, say them going and fix all of that. They have no money, no allocation, no cabinet approval, no releases, no funding, but them going to fix it by July 1st. Well, if all you believe in Santa Claus, welcome. Elections have consequences. But on July 2nd, I'm certain that around that time, whenever douglAR politics is, Archie and myself with Vishnu, we will remind you of what that Nanga said and what these PNM said. And they have great confidence in the minister man. The minister man who's supporting what? The minister man does not know nothing but WASA. That's what Rowley say. The minister man don't even know that leaks will stop pressure. You depending on the minister man, all you who take 7 months to fix to water in the beatum, well, I wait until July 2nd. I place in a bet that by July 2nd, there will not be 3,160 leaks. There will be 3,340. You want to bet? Go ahead. But we had more discussion on leaks. As we say leaks, Archie. Run it, my brother.
I also asked Mr. Shepherd, how much potable water is lost through leakage in WASA's distribution network per month?
Chair, to you, remember, we don't have measuring devices to give you an accurate answer to that, but we have had reports of estimated amounts by consultants between 40 to 50% of the water we produce.
So if we are losing 40 to 50 to 55% of potable water per month, why is it a plan of WASA to increase supply rather than fix the distribution network? It appears that the supply is fantastic, but that the distribution throws away 50%. So what you need to do is stop throwing away the 50%, and then the supply will be satisfactory.
And let's hear what they said, because let me put it this way, they tried in the written answer to increase and inflate the figures to 9 billion gallons, as they said, due to economic expansion and so on, and the migrant population, migrants or illegal migrant, them factoring in, right? To say that we need 9 billion gallons of water per month. Now remember, they were producing like 7.5, but they were throwing away 4 billion gallons, right? So if you really needed 7.5 and you were throwing away 4, but you plug the leaks and you have your full 7.5, then everybody have water, they're sufficient. But they played some shimmy-dimmy game and said something about increasing capacity and increasing demand in a time of stagnation, depression, businesses closed down, energy sector collapse, people leaving the country, brain drain, people are no work. Them say going up demand, right? But leave it at that. Even if you leave it at 9 billion gallons per month, and then you put in some water conservation programs and educate people to take a shorter shower and so on, turn off the tap when you're showering, wash your car with, you educate people and you reduce that from 9 billion a month down to 7.5 billion a month, and you're not losing 4 billion a month. You fix these leaks, then your supply equal your demand and everybody good. Not so, but not in PNM mathematics. Watch how them dance, they baila like a conga line. Run it, Archie.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you to Chairman Nanga, you and Acting CEO Shepherd stated here for the population that over the next 3 months, we're going to aggressively attack a problem that has existed for the last 4 or 5 years of tremendous numbers of leaks. We had information 2 weeks ago of 3,160 leaks. Today, Acting CEO Shepherd said 2,800 leaks, and there are contractors, 49 contractors coming on board over the next 3 months. So by July 1st, you expect to get those leaks down to 0. That sounds fantastic. However, unfortunately for me, I am a reasonable, rational person. If the chairman of this committee has just stated that the road repair budget has been slashed over for this fiscal period, and you are going to embark upon 3,160 damages to roads across the board, how is it feasible unless you have received an increased allocation through the midterm review or through a special cabinet note for this project of 3 months? Unless you have received the money, then we cannot really look forward to saying July 1st, 0 leaks. Can we, sir?
Well, that is what we are projecting. But of course, when we say 0 leaks by July, we are talking about clearing the backlogs. We will have new leaks developing, so that from July moving forward, we are looking to tackle the new leaks that are coming up. We are hoping by July that the backlog will be cleared. In terms of the road restoration, not all these 2,800 leaks would affect the roadway. You would have, for example, connections to consumers. You would have leaks taking place off the road. You would have leaks that are, for example, on various compounds. So it is not that we are going to be repairing 2,800 leaks, therefore we will have 2,800 road restorations to do.
Exactly. So you have no hope of doing anything with the leak. And he talking about old leak and new leak. No hope in WASA, no hope in dope. Furthermore, WASA, remember, in 2 weeks ago, I tell them, and the lady answered correctly, that 16% of the population in February 2022 was getting a 24/7 supply. WASA right on the 24th of the committee, oh, we want to correctly record the February was a kind of an anomaly because they had a blackout, and because WASA started its dry season rationing, and that's why it was down at 16% of the population receiving a 24/7 supply. A 12-hour blackout. I was to ask them, but we run out of time. What was the average for March 2022? And what was the average for January? So they're trying to say, I also asked them, and I told them that the highest percentage of 24/7 supply ever attained in this country was 74% in 2014 under Kamla Prasad Bisesa and Ganga Singh. You know, they do all their research, and in the writing, you know, they write, well, the highest number, we ain't find that yet. You ain't find it because your eye can't see yellow, your eye can't see Kamla, your eye can't see Ganga Singh. 74% 24/7 supply under the United National Congress 2014, and we down to 16% now. Archie, run it now, man.
What is finally, what is the percentage, sir, right now of the population receiving a 24/7 supply in their homes from WASA?
So for that question, the Director of Operations.
Current Chair, the percentage of the population currently receiving 24/7 level of service is at 16%.
At 16%. What was the highest percentage ever attained by WASA in this percentage 24/7 supply? Was it in 2014 74%?
Okay, Member Roberts, your question is taking back, I think the WASA team back to a period of 2014. So, please let me finish.
Yes, and then finally, 7Cs, this company that Rowley never mentioned. This PNM, this relationship with 7Cs, Rowley attacked this Alcott and we debunk everything Rowley said as a total blatant lie. But then I realized this 7C's contract who get free electricity from the PNM that WASA had to pay the electricity. You know when that contract was signed? All you know when the PNM signed that contract with 7C's? Archie, show them when.
And final question for Madam Permanent Secretary, through you, Chairman of the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Public Utilities. Ma'am, what was the date of this contract being signed with this foreign company to provide desalination water to WASA, please?
Ms. Duke?
And then it was in 2010, but I'll have to locate the exact date.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Duke.
Well, let me just ask Ms. Duke. Ms. Duke, was it May 7th, 2010, 17 days before a general election in Trinidad and Tobago, that this contract with this foreign company was signed? May 7th, 2010?
Member Roberts, I mean, what relation it has to do with the general election?
I'm asking when the contract was signed, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about your comment about the general elections.
Oh, well,
let's stick to the
let's stick to the facts. There was an election on the 24th of May. That's a fact. I'm not understanding what you're interpreting. I'm just asking. It was 17 days before a general election. That's all I asked, Jim.
Ms. Duke, do you have the, could you confirm the exact date, or could you?
Yes, Chairman, I can confirm that the date was May 7, 2010.
Oh Lord. And do you know all the newspapers from all that what y'all see, all the newspapers, the daily, all they can talk about is WASA chairman say road repair coming, road repairs coming, and they have a few illegal connections. From all that information, from all that clarification, from all that facts that shows Keith Christopher Rowley, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, is a dishonest, pathological liar. All the mass media take from what you just saw, you know, they put, oh, the chairman, WASA's going to fix roads. Oh my goodness, there are some illegal connections that WASA is going to see about. That's what they print. Mass media corrupt in this country. Prime Minister Keith Christopher Rowley calls on spiritual Baptists to lead the country. Now don't laugh and don't choke. This is Keith Christopher Rowley saying, I ask you spiritual Baptists to lead this country away from the direction that we are going. Follow me now. Keith Christopher Rowley is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. His decisions, his management, his cabinet has the country going in a particular direction. Keith Rowley makes a speech to the spiritual Baptists and Trinidad and Tobago to pray to change the direction of the country away from where he taken it. Rowley continued, the challenges of this country are many, but you are not a problem for TNT, even though at one time TNT was a problem for you. Yes, under the PNM, thank the Lord. Shout a Baptist, sing the praises of Bastio Pandey and the United National Congress. Sing the praises of Kamla Prasad Bisesa and the United National Congress. And that's why Trinidad and Tobago is no longer a problem for you. Stokely Carmichael, the greatest black leader, Black Panthers out in the USA, could not come home under the PNM. It was Bastio Pandey who allowed him, lifted the ban to let him touch down in the home of his birth. Be very careful what you say, Rowley. Rowley then said, I have seen no substitute for raising children by inculcating into them that they're good and there is evil. I have seen no substitute for respect for your elders. Rowley, you're not even minding your outside children to teach them anything. What you teach them is those inside get picked here, those inside stay in the palace, and them outside keep secret and send police to kind of monitor, but they don't monitor because they don't know who they're monitoring. You come to talk? Rowley continued, if the country is to pull itself back from the brink, religion has a major role to play. Let me read that again. If the country is to pull itself back from the brink, then religion has a major role to play. But Rowley, you are agreeing with Bharat Jagdeo. You agree that the country has fallen apart, that we are on the brink of collapse. You admitting it, and then all you're starting to argue with Bharat Jagdeo. Look at the big question in the Express, Thursday, 31st March. Do you think Trinidad and Tobago is falling apart? Let me show you, because I ain't going and read it all. But 92% of the population says in this, and you know, Express does look for things to promote the PNM. They could not even find it. 92% of the people question here, right? 23 out of 25 said yes, we are falling apart, and we have fallen apart. And all you're arguing with Bharat Jagdeo. Richard Trail writes, Jagdeo, damn right. For all those who take objection to the Guyana Vice President's statement regarding Trinidad and Tobago falling apart, please consider the following. Deplorable condition of roadsides, deplorable condition of road medians, deplorable condition of roads, WASA's failure to deliver on its mandate, one of the highest death rates per 100,000 for COVID-19, escalating breakdown of behavior in the education system, escalating crime rate, collapse and shutting down of the refinery, difficulty in accessing US, garbage dumps throughout the country, plastics and styrofoam containers clogging the drains, continuing disrespect shown to citizens by politicians, failure of civil service to fulfill its mandate, the continuing budget deficits with the Minister of Finance saying, we can see clearly now, the total lack of maintenance of public assets, and he could go on and on, says Richard Trail. But yet, the PNM trying to say, no, things not falling apart, let's kumbaya. Richie Sukai. But here says, the mayor of Port of Spain, homeless hotels opening up all over Port of Spain. So we're not falling apart. So why are homeless hotels popping up all over Port of Spain? Please answer PNM. Always continues its mission. We're not falling apart, right? And the Miss Trinidad and Tobago was wrong to say that we have girls in poverty. But let me read this. For the 4th consecutive year, Always will continue its outreach efforts by providing thousands of girls across TNT with sanitary pads to help improve access and meet their monthly needs. Always said this year they aim to donate over 160,000 sanitary pads. Now, I didn't even consider this. So things not falling apart, but there is a need for the Always Foundation to provide our young girls, our young ladies with sanitary napkins in Trinidad and Tobago, once the highest per capita income in the world, and we don't have poverty, yet we don't have the ability for our people to buy sanitary pads for their daughters. Are you all serious? Put up Foster Cummins Day, boy. Foster, you look sad, boy. What going on with you, Foster Cummins? Foster Cummins and Bundles and Rowley. Rowley, and look at this, what is this? Bundles, you like his outfit? Zoom in on Foster face, poor Foster. Foster, you get blow out, boy. You horn the horner man and get blow out, and now you get leave out. Foster, yes, man, what to you? You looking stressed. Them looking happy, and you looking stressed, Foster. Foster, look, very good. Now pop another image. RuPaul and Rowley. Ghassan Youssef, he put up something on Facebook. Former mayor. Ghassan Youssef, you have the image that he put up, the Facebook post? But that is the more important thing. I didn't want Ghassan, poor Ghassan, he's not very photogenic. But Ghassan, you were talking about Rowley and something. And you said something about he went to shop by somewhere by Sprangalang. Ghassan Youssef, Sprangalang is dead. May he rest in eternal peace. Sprangalang is a great intellectual icon, a legend of Trinidad and Tobago. So when you're trying to make joke, leave Sprangalang out your flipping mouth. Okay? Move here. Follow up on reparations talk. Jamaica was talking reparations, and so on. Rowley jumping the thing. Now follow me. The King double stuffed Oreo talking about reparations. Reparations are a whole different discussion. I'm not going to try to broach that topic in this little time. But in the philosophy and concept of reparations, shouldn't we see from this clown who's now trying to jump on a bandwagon because it sounds like a topic that should get him some support? Should we not analyze him, his policies over the last 6.5 years, and see if they went any way close to redistribution of resources to at-risk communities or the black Afro-Trinbagonian communities of Trinidad and Tobago? Shouldn't we analyze his policies before we start to talk about reparations? Because if this man took away everything that the Indian lady Kamla Prasad Bisesa was giving to black people, directing resources on the ground, whether through live sport, that all you could buy talk from now till you're dead, but man was getting food. Young black boys was getting food, getting a stipend, getting counseling, getting social work, getting contracts, getting teamwork, getting fitness, putting down the gun. Only 2 out of the 2,378 for 24 months died through violence. But they were getting an opportunity to go into MIC, NESC centers, over 87 of them. So y'all could bad talk it all you want. But that is directing resources to the ground, to those most in need, to the black people. Rowley cut that. He cut laptops. He cut school feeding. He cut textbooks. He didn't build a school. He cut sport. He cut Trinidad and Tobago football. He cut UTT. He cut COSTAT funding. He closed down NESC centers. He closed down THTI. All of these giving resources to young black people to uplift themselves. So if you want to move towards reparations, you gotta vote out this Oreo, because he's sending black people backward and want to talk reparation. But this man has no shame whatsoever. He cut GATE. Kamla had 59,000 children benefiting from GATE, TechVoc and education, academics. He cut that down to 21,000, cut GATE from 726 million down to 320 million, and come to talk reparations. He cut URP programs. Kamla had over 212 programs, URP projects in Laventille area and environs, multiplied by 10 jobs. He cut that down to 18. Kamla had all kind of programs in sport, culture, increased funding across the board. and he cut all, but come to talk reparations, he nearly cut off the whole island of Tobago from Trinidad. And the whole island of Tobago is 92% black African people. But he come to talk reparations. The way to protect black people is to save them from Rowley. Retired businessman killed, blow to head, crime, 7 gamblers, limers shot. There's, my goodness, crime all over the place. But Ethelbert Hines says not his job to keep the people safe. Run it, Archie. Oh Lord. No, stop. I can't even watch that. Stop that. Another one all across the board. Right, run it.
Security as the one with the overarching responsibility for the national security arm of Trinidad and Tobago is to ensure as best as is humanly possible that citizens of Trinidad and Tobago feel safe and secure. First and foremost, and by that measurement, you are a failure.
No, my duty is not to ensure that people feel safe and secure. My duty is to ensure that those organizations and agencies that are responsible for public safety, border security, that they are clear about what the people through the government's policy is, that they are provided with the resources that they need, and that I lend encouragement and general support to them. That's my duty.
That's your duty. Check Ethelbert duty, Archie. Watch Ethelbert and then understand. While I couldn't even show all the crime videos, all the crime statistics. Watch and see why. Who is sleeping at the wheel? Run it, Archie.
Coast Guard on our water. There is state resistance.
You see it?
And state pushback. And they know that.
39 hours. 39 hours. Kazim Ali could have been alive. 39 hours. Waiting, hoping, praying that Christopher Boudram will come back, send down oxygen, send down life support, save him and his friends. 39 hours. Run it, Archie.
Today I want to shed and share some information with you that when the information is revealed, I think I can say for myself, the general public and those who are interested and the families themselves will be shocked to find out what I'm about to reveal to you today. So I want to go straight to the screen that is in front of you, and you can follow as I go along. The first document that I have before you is the registration of death in relation to Kazim Ali Jr. And this is a government document. And the reason why I'm producing these documents will become clear as we go along. So this is the registration of death. And what I want to pay attention to is if you look at the second line of that document, you will see that it says the date of death. And bear in mind that this incident took place on the 25th of February 2022. The registration of death says that the date of death was the 28th of February 2022. That is Monday, the 28th of February. We all know now, or if you don't know, you will know that the bodies of these deceased persons, these 4 persons, were recovered on Monday, the 28th of February 2022. So I've highlighted to you on this document, as you can see in the circle, that I want to just go down slowly and you will see that this document is signed by the district registrar on the 4th of March 2022, and you will see the signature there of the person who is signaling from the government side that the death took place on the 28th of February 2022.
And all of these, all this here was Paria's lies. But today, I'm only going to deal with one. Paria said in its full page advertisement that I keep very safely. Remember I tell you when you're lying, you mustn't put things on paper? With regard to informing the families of the deceased LMCS divers that the exercise had moved from a rescue to a recovery operation. This was done by Paria's management on Saturday, 26 February 2022, between the hours of 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. 6 p.m. is just 27 hours after the incident. 12 hours shy of when Kazim Ali could have survived until 39 hours. Now remember, the parents, the families said, and we saw because everybody was there live, that no one told them anything. And at a press conference on Monday at 8 p.m., a media person asked those three clowns led by Newman George, Rowley's friend, when did the mission turn from rescue to recovery? And they had no answer. They then printed this nonsense on Wednesday, 9th March. And it shows that they, Paria, shut down or claimed, gave up hope 12 hours before Kazim Ali died. 12 hours before they changed the mission from rescue to recovery. Who, why, where, why did they stop the rescue? Why did they prevent LMCS from going down? Why didn't they bring in the equipment and allow the rescue divers to go in? Why did they cap it off? Why did they treat the people so? Why, Paria? Why? We will not wait. We will not forget. They're trying to delay. They said the men coming in for the commission of inquiry quite on the 18th. Like them going slow, like them fixing up to cook duck. There's no urgency. Gerald Ramdin called for police and usher. Well, that's what we need. But we will stay on top of it. As the media says, we need urgent action. But okay, let's wait till the 18th for the experts to come in for the commission of inquiry. Already over 37 days have gone. The divers were left to die. 5-1 is murder. As we say good night, after all this negativity, I must leave you on some sort of spiritual high respect. And we should respect the work, the body of work, and the brilliance of blacks. May he rest in eternal peace. Take in this, and then good night.
DJ Third Base International on the ones and twos.
I'm just a stranger in a crowded place. Me and me cooler and we daily hoping to find someone with a familiar face, so we can sit and celebrate. This is not the time to be alone. Now is the time to wind on a bumper. So let's be amazing, keep the fire blazing. Put no prayer in the world that we get from bad in the air. I want you to jam on somebody now, hold on somebody now, keep the company. I want you to jam on somebody now, hold on somebody now, make them your family. Together let me mash up the bass and dan. Let me rock up the waist and dan. Together let me mash up the bass and dan. Let me rock up the waist and dan. problems get you down, stay focused and hold your ground. Because what will kill you should make you stronger. So my problems is like steroids. I get my doses from all kinds of sources. I don't know them still can't kill me now. You see how they sit me and die. Why only problem just like a boat? So I box me up so I get up. They have to wonder how others get up. And every crack I see I see through. Somebody else I know that I get through. I just won't stop. I feel like hope. Moving the mountain, I topple any building like hope. Man better than monster. This man can let it drop down. Trample them, trample them, trample them. We got my shot and bust up my chin and step on my problems. Then what we gonna do? Trample them, trample them, trample them. She got my problems, she got my problems. No, girl, no one, no, nah, no, nah, no, nah. No, girl, no one, no, nah, no, somebody go lose their gas tonight. Somebody go touch it for you. Somebody go touch it. Somebody go lose their gas tonight. Somebody go touch it for you. Touch it for you. You can go, she goes if you want to. She go give it to who she want to. She go buy her drinks if you want to. She go give it to who she want to. And you can go own it. Someone and you have a banana. You're the only man in the market with banana. Someone and you buy you like that one time. Go there, the right man. Take example of the banana. She never kills the banana. Sit down. Oh, God.